What is up? In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to build the Battlestar Pegasus from Battlestar Galactica. This build is recommended to be started at your settlement landing pad, as most of the pieces will be available there. However, you'll need a few pieces from the Stroud-Eklund shipyards and Hopetown and New Homestead ship technicians. To do this, you'll have to slap some parts on your ship to pass the flight checks, and then swap those parts out when you reach the appropriate ship technicians. If you're new to the channel, be sure to stick around until the end where I'll be showcasing the final version of the build. If you want to see more themed spaceship designs, consider subscribing to the channel because I got more on the way. So with that said, let's get to it. Alright, so first off, we're going to start off our build by placing our landing bay. This is going to be a 120 LD landing bay by Deimos. Once that's placed, I'm going to take a Stroud 1x1 piece, and that's just going to connect right behind the landing bay. Because we're going to take this 100 DP Slim Docker bottom piece by Deimos, and we're going to snap that right to the bottom of this 1x1 Stroud hab piece. So once that's placed, we're going to jump up to the next level. I'm going to take this Stroud 2x1, and this is going to connect just right above our landing bay. Once that's placed, I'm going to take this Viking CP220 cockpit, and it's going to connect right to the front of that 2x1 that we just placed. And then I'm going to take another 2x1, and this is going to get connected right behind this 2x1. From here, see, I'm just going to take all 6 of these at the same time. This is going to be the HopeTech Hab Cross Brace, and you'll probably have to get these in Hopetown because it's a specialized Hab unit. So I would just, for right now, if you're building this at your settlement landing pad, just throw something in there, whether it's like a Stroud brace or a Deimos brace, whatever, just fill in piece, maybe even a Hab piece as well, just until you get to Hopetown to swap it out for these actual HopeTech Hab Cross braces. So anyway, so we got 6 of them. It's gonna be 3 on each side. So it'll start right at the very back of this 2x1, and you just work your way forward. So like I said, both sides will place those 6 Hab braces. From here, see, you got an Aurora 13G grav drive. That's just gonna snap right behind this 2x1. See, probably move these out of the way real quick. See, once that's placed, I got a deep core reactor. This is going to be the DC-403 reactor. That's just going to snap right behind the grav drive, and the snapping point for the reactor is going to be the bottom snapping point. So you're then going to take a HopeTech Nose B piece, and that's going to snap right to the bottom snapping point of the reactor. I then got some cargo holds, and these are going to snap to the side bottom connecting point of the reactor, and these are going to be the Galleon S203 cargo holds. And then I kind of rotated them, so just so you guys can see like where the slant is. I kind of have them like flipped upside down, but yeah, like I said, they're going to snap to the bottom snapping point of this reactor. Let's see, and then from here, these are going to be the Stroud cowling pieces, and once again, I flipped them, over so they kind of match the cargo hold, but they're going to get snapped to the side of this grav drive. And like I said, once again, these are going to be the Stroud cowling pieces. All right, and then from here, got 2 engines. These are going to be the Supernova 2200 engines, and the bottom snapping point for both these are going to connect to these Galleon S203 cargo holds. Like I said, it's going to be the bottom snapping point that does it. I'm then going to take, these are going to be Nova thruster arrays, and I'm just going to snap these to the sides of our engines. It's just going to be the available snapping points on the side, so there's going to be 4 of them. So you got 1 on the outside, 1 on the inside for both engines. All right, and then from here, for the side piece for these, I'm going to be connecting a Stroud Cap A Stroud cowling piece, and another Stroud Cap A just, flipped. And then there's going to be an equipment plate right on top of this Stroud cowling piece, and I ended up placing a Blaze 2GW SX laser on top of it. But I'm just going to be moving all of this because this is going to get snapped right here to these Hope Tech cross braces. And where the snapping point is, you just want to center it up. So this middle hab cross brace should snap right to the Stroud cowling piece, and then the other two should snap to these Stroud cap A's. But you're going to do that on both sides. Let me just move this one over real quick. All right, and once those are placed, we're going to place some more Stroud cap A's. This is going to be an AccuLander 11 landing gear, and then another Stroud cap A. But we're just going to match those up, and these are just going to get snapped right to the bottom of the pieces that we just placed. And once again, that's going to be for both sides. All right, now that all of that's placed, we're going to be taking an NG-20 landing gear by Nova Galactic. And these are also specialized landing gear, so these are going to be available in Hopetown. So I would just, throw on whatever landing gear you can just to, make sure it passes the flight checks. And then when you can get over to Hopetown, or New Homestead, sorry. These are going to be available in New Homestead. So once you can get over to New Homestead, then you can swap them out for these appropriate ones. But yeah, so you got the NG-20 landing gear, but the wide version, and then the Deimos belly piece. And these are just going to get snapped right behind that first Stroud 1x1 hab piece. And this belly piece should sit right underneath our reactor piece. All right, let's see. All right, so now from here, just trying to figure out where all these pieces are supposed to snap to. So we're gonna jump up to the next layer. So I'm gonna be taking this Deimos Hull A piece, and this is gonna get snapped. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's take this Stroud 3x1, and this should get snapped right here, I believe. Yep. So this is going to line up with our Hope Tech cross braces. So that's just going to get placed right on top of these 2x1s. From here, we're going to be taking a 1x1, and this is just going to get snapped right on top of this grav drive. From here, we're going to be taking two 2x1s, and those are just going to get snapped on both sides of this 1x1 right above our cargo hold and the Stroud cowling pieces. And then I'm also going to take these Deimos wing pieces, and these are just going to get snapped to the sides of these two 2x1s. Right. And then going to take another engine piece, and this one's just going to get snapped right to the snapping point. So it's going to be the bottom snapping point of this engine is going to get snapped to the top snapping point of this reactor. I'm then going to take, this is going to be the M30 Ulysses HE3 tank, and then a Deimos wing, and then another fuel tank. These are just going to get snapped right to the side of the 3x1, and you're going to do that for both sides. All right, now from here, I got a Stroud 2x3, and that's just going to get snapped right to the front of this 3x1. And once again, this is another specialized piece, so you'll actually have to go to the Stroud Eklund shipyards to have access. So as a placeholder, like I said, if you're building this in your settlement landing pad, just 3 2x1s, will work. And then when you get to the Stroud Eklund shipyards, you can just swap out those 3 2x1s for just this one 2x3. And then from here, going to be taking a Deimos Hull A piece. That's just going to get snapped right to the front middle portion, and that'll be right above your cockpit. Then going to be taking a Stroud braking engine. That's going to get connected right to the front of this Deimos Hull piece. And then I got two Stroud nose cap C pieces. These are just going to get snapped right here. So it's going to be right along the sides of those two pieces that we just placed. Then going to take the Deimos wing E pieces,
And these are just going to get snapped right to the sides of our 2x3. I also placed some gun turrets, so these are going to be the KE-49A autocannons. I just placed one on each side of these Deimos Wing E pieces. All right, now from here, let's see, let me move this over real quick. All right, so now from here, I got a Stroud Cap A piece. I'll be taking 2 of these, and these are just going to be snapped right above the Stroud Nose Cap C pieces. Then I got a Stroud Nose Cap B piece. That's just going to get snapped right in between those 2 pieces. I then got a Stroud 2x1 with a, it's going to be a shield generator right on top of it. That's just going to get placed directly behind this Stroud Nose Cap B piece. And then from here, I got a Stroud Cowling, and then another Stroud Cowling, but this first one is the specialized one where you kind of have like the stripe and whatnot, and there's like a snapping section. So you're going to place these right above that 2x3 in those remaining portions. All right, then going to take a Deimos Cowling piece. This is going to get snapped right behind the 2x1. Then got a Deimos Spine C piece, which is going to be right behind that. A Deimos Cowling piece again, which is going to get snapped right behind the Deimos Spine C piece. I then have a Stroud 2x1. And there's some Deimos Wing E pieces snapped to the sides of it, and then I got Deimos Spine A pieces on top of it. So all of this just gets snapped right behind this Deimos Cowling piece. And then I'm going to take some more Deimos Spine A pieces, and these are just going to get connected right above this these Stroud 2x1 pieces. All right, and then from the last bit of pieces, this is going to be a Deimos Skeg A piece, a Stroud Cowling piece, and another Deimos Skeg A piece. And I'm just going to select all of these because these are going to get snapped right at the very front of the ship. Let's see, and those are going to get snapped. Yep, just right here. So you're going to basically kind of line it up. So this first Deimos Skeg piece is going to be right under this 2x3, and then, like I said, you got the Stroud Cowling and then another Deimos Skeg A piece. So once you get them placed, it should look something similar to that. I think, let me just do one quick. Yep, that looks good. So yeah, so once you get those placed, that'll complete the build.